My name is John Ville, and this is my son
Oh,
Samuel.
okay, okay.
All right. Yeah. So my wife have this hormone imbalance problem. Okay, and her problem is like this. When she have her monthly visits, she will have it for up to like 1 month. So she lose a lot of blood, and she can only have her monthly visits like 2 or 3 times in 1 year. Right. So it's very difficult for us to conceive a child lah. We got married in 2008, and for 6 years we tried almost everything except for tube babies lah, so they call it. So we tried medication, massage therapies, and a lot lah. All right. So we spend along the way. We also spend a lot of money, but none of this works. My wife was given a lot of these hormone pills to regulate her hormones. But instead of helping her, it causes a lot of what do you call side effects lah. So she was in a mood swing, she gained weight and all that kind of unpleasant stuff, right? So cut the story short, somebody introduced to her about Kangen water back in 2014. Okay, so my wife was saying it's healthy water and all that, but I'm not buying any of that lah. So I said, how can water, be healthy? Water is water. It's only either you clean it or it's not clean water, right? So, but then my wife insisted that we get the machine. So to keep the peace, I got the machine back in 2014 September, right? And then after we installed the machine, I didn't drink the water at all. My wife was drinking it diligently. Okay, and then after 3 months of drinking the water, I was still working overseas that time. My wife called me up and said, probably, this water this Kangen water helped her because she now have regular menstruation, which is 28 or 30 days. But I didn't believe that the water helped. Okay, so I told my wife, look, when I come back to KK, let's go and see the doctor again, and let's see what the doctor says. All right. So after that, when I come back to KK, we went to see the doctor, and the doctor said, looks like this batch of medicine works for you. But my wife said, no, doctor, I haven't taken the medicine for the last 8 months. All right. So my wife went on talking about Kangen water, this and that. And then, the doctor also being skeptical. And then I also, feel ashamed at the time. All right. So, well, the doctor was also being professional, and she said, whatever you've been doing, just continue doing since it's helping you. All right. And then the doctor said, yeah, we can try and conceive and see if it helps, if this Kangen water really helps. Surprisingly, 6 months after that, my wife, we conceived okay? But I still didn't believe that it was Kangen water that helped. And then there was, after that, there was talk about American anti-cancer. And then it basically talking about natural protocols, and Kangen water was mentioned. Okay, so during the Q&A session, after that talk, I asked the speaker, who happened to be Jone and John, and I explained to them about my wife's conditions, and I said my wife claimed this water helped us to conceive, but I'm not believing it. So June was telling us, he said, if really Kangen water help you and your wife to conceive, 70% chances your baby will be boy. And then I took that for granted, actually. Right? It was not until the 3rd month, the first trimester, we went to do an ultrasound scan, and the doctor confirmed we are expecting a baby boy. Okay. So from then on, I felt, I felt kind of stupid because, I should have done the reading. There's a lot of articles out there and, clinical studies. I should have done that earlier instead of being skeptical and all. So because of that, I really believe in Kangen water, and I believe it will help a lot of people out there. And I quit my job overseas, to come back to Malaysia to do Kangen full time until.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Thank you, June. Is
That's my.
this little boy our Kangen boy?
Yes, this is Samuel the Kangen baby.
Making wave to us.
Yeah.
Let's all wave to this young man. Okay. What's his name, by the way, June?
His name is Samuel. He was born healthy lah, 3.02
Wow,
kilo.
that's good. I'm sure
Yeah.
you and your wife must be very proud parents. By the
Yeah.
way, June, in Korea, apparently for those people who wants a boy, they will take a lot of ionized water. So you got a boy.
Yes,
Also.
exactly. That's
That's
what I read
wonderful.
also.
That's wonderful. Thank you very much for sharing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's give him
Michael,
a
invite
round of
me.
applause for the
Let's give him
sharing.
a yes.
Yeah, thank you. Wonderful, isn't
Thank
it?
you, Jone Ville. Thank you.
Yes.
Michael, I would like to add that, Jone Ville, you're not the only one in the world where you and your wife conceive a baby because of Kangen water. Are there anyone else in the room here? There's 495 people here in the room. Can you please type in the chat room if you have any cases such as similar to the one that Jone Ville has shared with us? Do you know of anyone, any of your customers who've been trying to conceive but wasn't successful until they got the Kangen machine? Because I personally know of another case in Hyderabad, India. His name is Vishu, and same story. Because of the Kangen water, now he's got 2 kids. Before that, they were trying to have children, but they never could. Okay, over to you again, Michael.
Yeah, thank you, Sam. I don't have any more names. Herman, are you able to help me identify some of those who want to share? Can you please type your name into the chat box or raise your hand so that our technical team can identify you? Michelle, you got any names?
Please
We're
raise your
waiting for
hands
those
on the
who are keen to
participants.
share. There are 2 participants, but I cannot see their name. Herman,
There was
are
one
you able to help
Laxman
me?
just now, right?
Yeah.
Was it
Yeah.
Laxman?
Lowered his hand.
All right, it's really lowered
Laxman.
his hand. Is there anyone else who would like to share? Because
Yeah.
many of us here have a story, and that story needs to be heard by some people in the room, and who can relate this same story to someone else in another place who is not in the room. So your generosity is going to contribute immensely to the people here and to the people in the world. Okay. Zahid, can we hear from you, Zahid?
Yeah, Zahid says he's got a downline daughter who's got a daughter whose daughter conceived after drinking Kangen water. Maybe you like to share, Zahid? Sifu Zahid?
Yeah, I'm not sure whether she's in or not. This is actually narrated to me by my downline. She has a daughter which was trying to get a baby for the past 6 years, and then they bought a machine, because somebody advised them. I think the doctor advised her to get a Kangen machine. This happened after 6 years, and they get a baby. I will try to invite her to come in probably next week. So make sure you check in next week and listen to her story. And she has a lot of other stories. Apparently, Malaysians have a lot of problems, so she has a lot of stories. So come back next week. I don't remember the full story, but the gist is, she get a grandchild after waiting because this is her daughter, so she get a grandchild after 6 years waiting. Yeah.
Wow, that's good, Zahid.